All right, hey everybody, welcome to Zenfolio Live. I am Robert with Zenfolio Customer Support, and I want to say thank you for joining us here on the live Q&A. Excuse me. So please forgive me if I have like any cough, sniffles, or anything like that. I'm still kind of working on that sinus infection, trying to get it to go away. So I do apologize if I cough or sneeze uncontrollably. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But if it does, I do apologize for that. Okay, before I jump into any questions, I do want to ask if you guys are watching this live for the first time, say hello to us in chat. If you're watching the recorded version of this, we'd love to have you guys join us here on the live Q&A. And in fact, anybody who's viewing this right now, if you will click up in the top, I think it's the top right corner of your screen, there should be a little info icon. If you click on that, just take the poll. It says how can we help improve this live Q&A. There's just a couple of options there, like changing the day, changing the time, or maybe going live more often or something like that. So if you could just choose the option that you think would be best to make this the live Q&A more beneficial to you, we would appreciate that, because we want to be able to keep doing this and making sure that it's helpful to you guys to use your Zenfolio account and be successful as photographers. Okay, with that being said, I do have this coming week's tutorial ready to go. So before we end the show today, I'm going to throw that out and give you guys the link. All of you guys that are viewing the live Q&A today, you'll get that tutorial link a day early. Everybody else, sorry, you'll have to wait till Friday. But today you guys will get, the people that are viewing live today will get that tutorial link today. So let me go ahead and jump right into some questions. So the first question I've got here says, can I create packages for self-fulfilled products? You can definitely do this. There's actually a couple of different ways that you could do this. So one would be if you have some self-fulfilled products created already, just go to selling right here. And then you're going to want to make sure that you do have self-fulfilled products to create a self-fulfilled package. So I've got several different self-fulfilled products right here. If you're not familiar with how to create self-fulfilled products, there's a video tutorial on our YouTube channel called How to Sell Anything You Want Through Zenfolio, and that will walk you through 100% all the steps that you need to start offering self-fulfilled products through your Zenfolio account. So we're talking about offering things that come from labs outside of our vendor labs that we have integrated. Or maybe you print on your own, or maybe there's just a local lab that you want to use. That's what self-fulfilled products is for. And if you're not using that and you're interested in using that, there is a video tutorial that you guys can check out that will walk you through that process. Now, if you are selling self-fulfilled products and you want to create a package, there are probably two different ways you can do this. One would be to use the Zenfolio built-in package feature. And in order to do that, you want to make sure that you've got the products created that you want to have in that package. So as you can see here, I've got a 20 by 24 metal print created as a self-fulfilled product. And then I've also got an 8 by 10 print with a custom mat created as a self-fulfilled product. So now what we're going to do first is we're going to create this package with the Zenfolio package feature. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to selling right here. And now we are going to go to packages. So we're going to go right here to packages. And then I'm just going to say add new package. And I forget what I was going to add in this, but I'm just going to do self-fulfilled demo. Now normally I would recommend putting some descriptive information in here, like the size of the product that you're going to offer and things like that. I can't really remember what I was going to put in here, so I think it was like an 8 by 10, and I think it was a 20 by 24 or something like that. So I'm just going to put that up here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go right down here and we're going to say add products. Now we're going to click add products right here. And what we're going to do is, right now we're viewing all vendors. What we want to do is switch this over to just our studio name, which is right there. And then now we can go and see the products. So I'm going to click on prints. And here's that 8 by 10 custom mat print. And then somewhere in here should be that 24. Maybe it's in the, it's probably in the home decor. Let me switch over to my browser view really quick. So we're going to go ahead and add that, that 8 by 10 custom print. And then I think maybe the the bigger one is in like home decor. So here's home decor, and there's that 20 by 24 right there. So I'm going to add that. So now we've got those self-fulfilled products in this package. You can change the quantity here. So if we wanted to do 2 8x10s, you could do that right here. You can also choose to allow your customers to crop if you want, or you can click on here and either set it to centered or fit. So those options are there. Now once you're finished, what you want to do is you want to establish your selling price. Now, you can see right here, it already says $70 in here. That's taking into account the base cost that I've entered when I created the self-fulfilled product. So I definitely want to make some money off of that because I know these products are going to cost me that much to get printed. So let's go ahead and set this package for $140, and we're going to hit next. And then if we want to change the category, you can. If you want to add more descriptive information, you can. After this, you can just hit next, and that's going to save that package. So now if I go to all packages, right here is that self-fulfilled demo package that we created that's using just self-fulfilled products. So that's right here. And then what you would do after that is essentially you would just add it to a price list. Now, I did say that there was another way to create packages for self-fulfilled products. And basically that way is just creating a self-fulfilled product and titling it as a package. So if we go to selling right here and we go back to self-fulfilled products, we're just going to go add product. And I'm just going to call this one, self-fulfilled package. Again, I really recommend putting some descriptive information in your titles for your self-fulfilled products or for your packages, because the title is what shows up on the price list. And so if you're just saying like self-fulfilled package, package A, that doesn't mean a lot to a client. So that's why I really would recommend putting some kind of descriptive information in there. So, the size of prints in there. So maybe this one we're going to do like 2 8x10s and 1 16x20. So putting something like that in there will really give your clients a better idea of what's in this package, rather than just seeing some random name and being like, well, I know that's a package, but I really have no idea what's in there. After that, you can come down here, leave it checked to photos. You can allow the customers to leave a note if you want. You can put the base cost if you want. Putting the base cost helps when you're going to the price list and adding this product to the price list, because it lets you see the base cost. So this is not your selling price. This is the base cost of what it costs you to get these products produced. So for this, I'm going to say it's going to cost me, $25, whatever. Now next, since we're creating a package, we want to switch this category from other products to being in the package category. So we're going to go here, edit, and then we're going to find that packages category right here. Hit select, and then from there we're going to come down here and you can upload placeholders if you want. Now, here is the other thing that you want to do right here. So since this package is, it's got multiple prints in it, you can decide whether you want a single image to be applied to all of these products in the package, or if you want to set this up to allow your clients to have a different image per print product that's in there. So in this case, maybe I want to let them, choose 3 different prints. So I could go minimum, I could leave the minimum 1, and then I could set the maximum to 3 right here. And that's going to let them choose up to 3 images, but it won't force them to. So you can set that up right here. You can set this up, but this is not really going to work for this package because the products in there are different sizes. So I wouldn't worry about doing that or this right here. After that, we're just going to go down here and choose what size of package this thing ships in. So I'm going to say this ships in a medium package and hit save. You have to remember when you're creating self-fulfilled products to make sure that you give them a description. I forgot, and as you can see, I can't save it. So you need to make sure that you give it a description. So I'm just going to say, this is a package. All right, so now we're going to go back down and save it. And then that's just another self-fulfilled product that we've created that in turn you would have to go and add to your price list. But we've created it as a package. So those are the 2 different ways that you can do self-fulfilled products as a package. You can either use the package feature or you can create a self-fulfilled product as a package. Then you would just go to selling, click on price list, and then choose the price list you want to add that package to. So if I want to go right here and add it to my main price list, I would click on that. Once this loads, we're going to choose add products. So we're going to click add products right here. And then if you don't see the packages category when you click add products, you want to make sure that you're either viewing all vendors or your studio name. I just like going the studio name route because everything is right there that I've created. I'm going to click on packages. Here is that self-fulfilled demo that we created. And then here's that other one here. Then we would just add these to the price list. And then for the one that we created in the actual Zenfolio package feature, that one has already been set. The price has already been set. The selling price has already been set because we did that in the package feature. For the self-fulfilled package that we created as a self-fulfilled product, we still need to go up here to other products. And then right here is that we need to go and set that selling price. So that's where you would go in here and say, okay, I want $100 for that. And then after that, save your price list. And then the process is done. So anyway, I hope that helps. Like I said, there are two options. Either using the Zenfolio package option or just creating a self-fulfilled product that's actually a package and just making sure that you title it accordingly. All right, let me get back to my dashboard. Looks like we got Ted James in the house. Ted James says, where is Shark? That's a good question, Ted. I think he was with us last week, but I'm not seeing him here yet. So, yeah, definitely don't know where Shark's at this week. All right, if you guys have questions, you're watching us live, please get those questions in the chat. That way we can make sure to get those answered today for you guys. So what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and jump into another email question. All right. So the next question I've got here says, and this is actually a question from one of the links in the description. So if you guys look in the description of the live video right now, there should be two links down there. One of them is where you can just request a video tutorial. So if there's a feature that you have some questions about that you know, like you're not sure how to use, like triggered emails or something like that, and you think it would be beneficial to have a full video tutorial, that's the link that you want to use to request a video tutorial to be created. Now the other link, I think is actually the first link you'll see. It says questions for next week. And I created that link for people who don't really have the time to watch us live, but watch the recordings of the live version. You guys can use that link to ask a question, and then I'll get that question and do my best to answer it the following week. So with that being said, the question I got now actually came from that questions for next week link. It's a question from Graham Service. So he usually hangs out here with us. Hopefully he's here hanging out with us today. He's kind of got a two-part question, and actually he sent in two questions, but they kind of combined into one. So his first question is, can I show captions on the thumbnails page like the title and social media buttons show? So what he's talking about here is if you go to the photos page right here, and let me just find a good gallery here. Right here. So, if you go here, you can add a gallery caption right here, but you can also click on an image and add an image caption as well. So right here I can just have a generic, this is the caption. You can do this for all of your images. Now, on the thumbnails page, which let me show you the thumbnails page. If I hover over preview and go to customize, we'll go to the thumbnails page. Unfortunately, on the thumbnails page, there's not a way to show the image captions. So let me just zoom out here so you guys can see this. And this is a really awful page. You can tell I was doing some testing and different things. Let me just change this theme really quick to something that is semi-normal here. Let's just go to... let's see. We'll just use this one here. All right. So maybe things will be a little bit more legible and not all crazy looking. So anyway, as you can see, if you hover over this, if you want, you can have the title set to show right here in the thumbnails. If you're not sure how to do that, two parts to it. You need to make sure first that your images, in fact, have titles applied to them. You do that back in edit view, and I can show you how to do that here in a second. But after that, you need to come into customize view and make sure that your titles are set to show. So how you do that is you go options right here. You go to thumbnails, and then you set this right here, title, to show. And you can show it on a hover overlay. You can show it on just an overlay. You can show it below the mat any way you want. You can also show the social media buttons. And this is kind of what Ted's talking about. He wants to know if there's a way to have the image captions show as well. I'm sorry, not Ted, Graham. That was Graham's question. So after I make those changes, you can see here now the titles show right there on this right here. So all the photo titles, whatever they might be, right there. Unfortunately, there's not a way to have the caption set to show. You can set the gallery caption to show. So if you give your gallery a caption, you can come up to options right here, page elements, and then the caption right here, you can set this to show. And that gallery caption will show in the gallery. It's going to show right up top above the thumbnails. So right here, it's going to show that gallery caption, but there's no way to have the image caption show. Now, if this gallery has a price list applied to it, what happens when you click on an image is then it goes and loads into Quick Shop. And in Quick Shop, the image caption will show. This one currently doesn't have a price list applied to it, so it loaded to the Photos page, and on the Photos page, the caption will show over the image as well. And I think the other question that Graham had was, is there a layout or way to show the image large and in the center with the captions showing and smaller thumbnails? So to answer your second question, Graham, the way you could do that is on the Photos page, or it also does the same thing on the Quick Shop page. So currently what we're looking at is a Photos page, and the reason the Photos page is showing is because this gallery does not currently have a price list assigned to it. So anytime somebody clicks a photo, it goes to the Photos page. Now you can customize this layout here. You can go up to Layout, and probably an option that would work for you, Graham, if you're using a gallery that doesn't have a price list assigned, is just one of these, like the right side thumbnail or left side thumbnail right here. You can click on that. Hit apply. It's going to show the image here in the center, right here. Smaller thumbnails off to the side, and then that caption is going to be down in here. So that's how you can show it there. Now, let me go back and apply a price list to this, and then I'll show you how the image captions show up when there's a price list applied to the gallery. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on the gallery right here. We're going to go over to pricing, and then I'm just going to say, okay, allow ordering from one of my price lists, and just choose the main price list and save that. Now, I just made a mistake. I was clicked on the photo. You can see up here on the right, was clicked on the photo. So that price list only got applied to that photo. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you have the gallery selected. And you can do that by making sure that it says gallery right here. So now if I click on the gallery, go down here, now we can apply that price list to all of the photos in the gallery. So I'm going to go there again, go down and hit save. And that's going to apply that price list to the entire gallery, which is then going to apply it to all of the photos in the gallery. So if I click here, right there, now you can see that photo has the price list applied to it as well. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to this gallery and customize view, and I'll show you where the image captions show up in Quick Shop when you have a price list applied. So that's the gallery caption there, and then if we click on this, it's going to now load into Quick Shop, which is going to have that little shopping panel off to the right side. Here is the image right here in the center. Let me just switch views really quick. So here's the image right here in the center, and then if you hover over this image, the caption does show up right here, and then there's small thumbnails down here where you can navigate through the images. And if they have captions on them, it'll pop up here in the bottom. So anyway, Graham, I hope that answers your questions. It might not be ideal, but you can definitely have the captions showing on the Quick Shop page as well as on the photo page if you don't have a price list assigned to the gallery. Unfortunately, there's not really a way to have the caption show on the thumbnails page. You could have the gallery caption show, but the image caption won't show there. you could definitely add that request to the user voice forum, and make it public and get people to vote on it. And maybe that's something we could add later. I would definitely go and suggest that to the user voice forum. All right, let me get back to my dashboard really quick here. All right, and let me take another question here. All right, so we have another question from the questions for next week. This one is from Carl in Texas. Carl says, are you still intending to roll out the new client shopping experience before fixing all the issues that it seems to have? We had so to answer your question, yes, we're still gonna roll out that new experience. We've got probably 2 major features to be released regarding the new shopping experience soon, and then there will be some time for feedback on that stuff before we actually release it. So what Carl's asking about is, in June, the new shopping experience, which I was just showing you guys a little bit of that is going to become the shopping experience, and the old shopping experience is going to go away. Now, we're not going to force anybody to start selling if they're not selling. This is just for people who are already selling. It's just going to change the shopping experience from the old one to the new one. And like I said, we have 2 more features to be released, and then we're allowing some time for feedback and to make sure that things are working properly and stuff like that. Now, Carl had a second part to his question, which he said, my question is specific to the issues functioning properly with browsers. So to address that question, Carl, I'm not aware of any issues with any browsers or any browser-specific issues. So if you're using one of the supported browsers, which is like the most current version of Firefox, the most current version of Chrome, there's actually a link. Let me just throw this link out in the chat really quick. This is a link that's to our the supported browsers right there. That's a link to our supported browsers. If you're using any one of those browsers, there should not be any issues with the new shopping experience at all. If you are experiencing issues, definitely reach out to us and let us know that information. That way we can get it fixed and make sure that we continue to improve things for you guys. So if you know of some specific issues, maybe that relate to specific browsers, let us know. Just go out to zenfolio.com/contact and just let us know you're giving us feedback on the new shopping experience. What browser you have and what the exact issue is. If you can get screenshots of that issue, that would be awesome as well. All right, let me go ahead and jump to another question here. All right, so the next question here says that I want to have watermarks on my photos, but not on the gallery cover thumbnails. How do I accomplish this? So it sounds like maybe you've got a page where people, maybe a group page where people click on the group and they're viewing different gallery thumbnails, and you don't want your watermark to be on those thumbnails, but you want the watermark to show up after they click on the thumbnail and actually view the gallery. That is definitely possible to do. Probably the way that I would suggest doing it is actually creating a gallery specifically for cover thumbnail photos, and you can have that gallery set to not have watermarks on it, and then use those photos as cover thumbnails for your other galleries. So let me just kind of show you what I'm talking about here. What we're going to do is we're going to go to photos right here, and right here, let's see, let me find a good one to use here. What do I have? Maybe in archive right here. I should have something somewhere that's like portfolio. Everything is getting moved around on me. Let's see, portfolio right here. Let me just move this out really quick to the all photographs group so it's a little easier to see. All right, so what we're going to do is we have got this group page right here called portfolio, and let me just go ahead and assign watermarks to these galleries really quick. So I'm going to go here, go down to watermark, and I'm just going to assign this watermark right here to it and save. All right, so now what happens is if you go and you preview this, let me get Actually, let's do some customization of that first and set this up a little bit better. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this group page up first. So as you can see, some of these cover thumbnails, they have watermarks on them. This one might have a designated cover thumbnail assigned to it. Let me just go and double check that really quick. So let me just go back and make sure that that one doesn't already have that on there. So let's see. Because we want to use the first photo right here. So let's just use cover photo. Let's just set this first one here to be the where does it go? So let's set that first one there to be the cover photo for that gallery. Okay, so by default, your gallery's cover photos or cover thumbnails are the first image inside of the gallery. So if I click on landscapes right here, unless you've changed it, the cover thumbnail is going to be that first photo right there. So you can see right here. And in this case, this photo has a watermark on it as well as the rest of the photos in the gallery, just like all of these because we assigned it. So now what we're going to do is I'm just going to customize the group page a little bit because I don't like the square thumbnails and things like that. So I'm going to go here and customize this group page. We're just going to go to options, uncheck default options right here, go down to grid options, and I'm going to change it from grid C right here to just using grid A or grid B. It's probably my favorite one there. And then we're just going to apply this here, and it's going to be a little bit better looking in my opinion. All right, so now you can see here that all the galleries have this watermark there applied to it. Now, we want the watermark applied when somebody actually clicks on the gallery and they actually go and view the photos inside of the gallery, like this right here. We want a watermark showing there. But what they didn't want was they didn't want a watermark on that cover thumbnail. And guys, the reason you're seeing the little spinning wheels is because anytime you add a watermark to a photo, the preview images that are used on your website actually have to regenerate. So that's why you're seeing those little spinning wheels. All of the preview images are being regenerated. Okay, so we've got this group page right here that's got different galleries in it, and they all have a watermark on their cover photo. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the dashboard really quick, and we're going to create a special gallery where we put our cover photos. I'm going to create this inside Web Assets. So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to go New Gallery, and I'm just going to say Cover Photos. And now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make this gallery private because I don't want people to just be able to easily access the gallery to those photos that don't have the cover thumbnail. So I'm making that private. But what we're going to do is we're going to copy the images that we want to use as cover thumbnails into that gallery, make them public, and remove the watermark from them, and then we're going to designate them as cover thumbnails. So we're going to go into landscape right here, and I'm going to choose, let's just choose this gallery right here. I'm going to go to photo actions, copy, going to go to website assets right there and copy that into that cover photos gallery. So we're going to do that again for all of the photos, or I'm sorry, all of the galleries there. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Maybe we might just do it for one or two if my internet's going to be slow today. Oh, Graham joined us. He said, watching live from the Northwest 200 motorbike road races. That is awesome. I am jealous. That's awesome, Graham. That's really cool to hear. Christopher joined us here in the chat. He also says, I am new to the site and I didn't see many tutorials about video galleries. I want to know about sharing and uploading video to my website or social media. Is there a way to create a public link? Absolutely, Chris. So after I get through talking about the cover thumbnails and stuff, I'll definitely get onto that right there. Sorry, my internet's a little bit slow. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to copy just one more photo. Hopefully it doesn't take as long as the last one did there. So I'm going to go right here and go, you can also do it from right here. Go copy, and we're just going to copy that into that cover photos gallery right there. All right, so now that copied those cover photos into the cover photos gallery right here. If I click on it, here you can see those two photos are. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to select them all and set them to public. We want the gallery private, but we want the photos to be public. So now we've got them there, setting them to public and saving. Now the next thing you'll know is that these don't have any watermarks on them. They're set to be the same as gallery, which doesn't have any watermarks. So now the last thing that we have to do is we're just going to designate these photos to be the cover thumbnails for those other galleries. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start with this one first. Go right here, select as cover thumbnail, and then we are going to go up, actually down here to portfolio, and I'm going to assign that to the landscape gallery. And I'm going to do the same thing for the next one. So I'm going to go back up here to cover photos, and now I'm going to assign this one to the engagements gallery. So I'm going down here and assigning it to the engagements gallery. So now if we go back down to that portfolio group right here, and if you guys remember the first time we looked at it, every single photo that was showing had a watermark on it. So now if we go here and we preview this, actually we're just going to view it in customize view. If we go there and we view it in customize view, now what you're going to see is those first two ones don't have the watermark on them because we made that special gallery with cover photos and removed the watermarks and designated them to be the cover thumbnails. However, the rest of the gallery still do. Now, when we click on these, it's going to load into the gallery, and all of the images in the gallery will have the watermark on it still. So that's how you set that up. If you want your cover thumbnails to not have watermarks, but the rest of the photos in the gallery to have watermarks, you would just need to make a special gallery, call it watermark, or not watermark, call it cover photos, set it to private, copy the cover thumbnail images that you want to use in there, excuse me, and then make sure the watermark's off, make sure the images are public, and assign them as the cover thumbnail. All right, let me get back to my dashboard here really quick. All right, so let me just jump right here and let's see. So, Chris, I'm going to read your question again. I am new to the site, so welcome to Zenfolio, Chris. We're glad to have you. I didn't see many tutorials about video galleries, and I want to know, I want to know about sharing and uploading video to my websites or social media. Is there a way to create a public link? I don't know if I've got any videos in here, but yeah, you can definitely upload videos into your galleries, share them, make public links and things like that. So there are a couple of things to know about uploading video to Zenfolio. There are some limitations. We do have a really good help article for that. If I can get Cheryl to throw that link out in the chat, I think it's called Video Guidelines. It'll kind of explain the best practices for video on Zenfolio. Now, as far as sharing and things like that go, after you've got a video uploaded into a gallery, you would just click in the gallery here. Let me go find a gallery. I don't think I have anything with video in it, as surprising as it is. But you're going to do the same thing that you would do with a gallery. If you want to share the entire gallery, Chris, maybe if you've got a couple of videos in there, and you want to share the entire gallery, you've got a couple of different ways to do that. You can do what's called a gallery invite, and that's going to allow you to email people a direct link to that gallery where they can access it and watch the videos. Or if you want to link to a specific video and to create a public link, you can just click on the video in the gallery. You can come down to sharing and client access, and then you can actually share the photo right here. You can copy this link right here, get this short link. Or if it was a video, you can get the short link for the video. And this link right here is going to take the user to the video in the gallery. You can also get direct links right here as well if you want. So anyway, that's how you would do that, Chris. Like I said, it's pretty much the same thing as sharing photos and things like that. You can also share directly to the social media sites right here. So if you wanted to share that to Facebook, you just click on the Facebook link. It'll pop this up, and then let me just move this here. Choose the share via that share right there and click on Facebook, and then it's going to pop up a little screen. Let me just pull it over here so you can see it. It's going to pop up a little screen like this. It's going to ask you to log into your Facebook account if you're not already logged into it, and then that would share it that way as well. So there's definitely lots of options to share video and things like that on Zenfolio. You can sell videos as a digital download and things like that. So there are definitely some great tutorials for that as well. If you have any more questions, Chris, great question. Thanks for asking. Please definitely feel free to throw out more questions in the chat if you need me to be more specific on stuff. All right, again, Graham, man, I'm jealous right now that you're watching. You're at the 200 motorbike road races. That is awesome. I am extremely jealous right now. All right, so Simone says, I'm a photographer and I was wondering if there's a way to add a calendar area for potential clients to book a meeting or book their sessions with a payment screen. So first, like Cheryl said, welcome, Simone, and that's a great question. We're glad to have you guys here. So there is a way to do it. You're gonna have to use a built-in third-party service to actually create that calendar. This is a feature that we're looking at, but we just don't have it built in yet. But what you can do is you can do this with a third-party service. I think there's like Calendly or something like that. Let me just show you. We actually have a demo page that can help you do that. So let me just go here, and I'm going to go to White Gold Photography. And this is done through a custom page. So if you see right here, you see right over here where it says custom pages, you can go right here and you can say appointments. And I'm going to throw this link out in the chat for you, Simone, so you have this to go to. This is a custom page where a calendar has been embedded into the custom page. So it gives you some links to some of the stuff used. There's a help article right here. But basically, this is just kind of a demo of something that you could have here. So you can select a date and things like that here. And then basically what you would do as far as accepting payments go is you would probably need to have something set up to like collect payments like for a session. So yes, I am jealous, Cheryl. All right, so I'm going to throw this link out in the chat here for you, Simone, to that example page right there of how to set that up. And then if I could get Cheryl to throw the link out to the video tutorial, it's called collecting payment for a sessions fee. Between those two right there, you should be able to kind of put the pieces together that you'll need to actually set up that page to where people can book and then get them to a page where they can pay for the booking. So anyway, I hope that helps. Great question, Simone. Glad to have you here. If you need any more help with that, if you need some clarification, or if you just have any other questions, please definitely feel free to ask. All right, let me get back to my dashboard here really quick. And let's see, I'm just going to go ahead and try to grab another email question here really quick. All right, so the next question I got says, are there benefits to having multiple price lists, or is it easier to just have one? So, are there benefits to having multiple price lists? Absolutely. Is it easier just to have a single price list? Yes. I like to operate somewhere in the middle of that. So first, let me tell you the benefits to having multiple price lists. If you have multiple price lists, as photographers, most of us do more than one type of photography. So we may do wedding photography, event photography, senior portraits photography. And most of us don't charge the same exact price for those, each different type of photography that we do. So that's the benefit to having multiple price lists, is that you can have a price list set up for your wedding clients, and you can have a price list set up for your event clients and your portrait clients. Now, if you do that, you want to make sure that you name your price list so that you know why you created them. So if I go to selling right here really quick, and we just click on price list, this is a horrible example. Most of the stuff on this page most of the stuff in this account, it gets changed so much from testing and showing you guys how to do different things that I always feel bad because they're bad examples. But as you can see right here, I've got a price list that says maternity. I've got one that says main price list, and one that says self-fulfillment. So that's the thing that you need to keep in mind when you're working with multiple price lists. Your clients never ever see that price list name. It's there for you to keep things organized. So if you're going to have multiple price lists, just make sure that you name them accordingly so it's easy for you to identify what price list goes onto what gallery. Now, I said that I personally like to work somewhere in the middle, and what I meant by that is I create what's called a main price list, and then I've got a couple other price lists that I work with. But I know that generally I do one type of photography, and so I have a price list that will probably work for about 80% of my clients. And so what I name that one is I name that main price list, because what you can do is you can establish that to be your default price list. And then anytime you upload new galleries, you don't have to worry about going in there and assigning a price list to it each time. You only need to change the price list if it's like a special gallery. So if it's like a wedding that I shot, then I might have to go change the price list assigned to be that wedding price list. But the way you set up a default price list is if you go to Photos right here, and then you click on, let me just get the chat here out of the way. If you click right over here on all photographs, you can go right here and you can say, okay, pricing, allow ordering from my price list, and then choose the main price list that you want. And then from that point on, anytime you upload new galleries, that price list is going to be assigned to it, unless you have it in a gallery, unless you have it in a group that has a different price list assigned to it. You can also set this up if you go to settings, and I think it's under settings, and behind my head right here, it says website. Is that where it is? Let's see. Website, and is it here? Nope, not there. So let me see if I can find it. Selling, default print ordering. So settings, selling, and then default print ordering right here. You can click on that, and that's where you can also set up that default price list as well. So again, the benefit to doing that is that you don't have to assign a price list to a gallery every time. It's automatically assigned for you, and then you would only have to go in and change the price list if you know that you need to apply like a wedding price list to it or something else. But again, just make sure that you name those price lists so it's easy to identify what it was created for. All right, let me go back to the chat here really quick. So Richard says, hi there, fairly new to Zenfolio and wondering if I can add additional photos on my intro page. Hey Richard, well, welcome to Zenfolio. We are glad to have you, and thanks for joining us here on the live Q&A. Glad that you came and hung out, and that's a great question. You can definitely add more photos to your intro page. To answer your question very detailed, I would probably need to see what your page looks like. But let me just go into Customize View really quick and show you a couple of different scenarios. So usually what happens is when you're new to Zenfolio, probably what you're going to see is if you click on the Photos page right here, you're probably going to see somewhere over here a gallery that's called Homepage. And right out of the gate, right after you start a trial, that's going to be the gallery that's assigned to your intro or your homepage content, unless you've gone and changed that. So what you would want to do, Richard, is locate that gallery unless you've changed it, and upload more photos to that gallery. So I'm just going to pretend like this one is it right here. You would just click on that homepage gallery, click upload, and then you can upload more photos into that. If you've already got more photos uploaded into your account and you just want to add them to that gallery, you can just copy them over from another gallery. So let's say you uploaded this gallery right here, and there's no images in that gallery. Let's try to find a gallery that has images in it. Let's see. Let's go to this one right here. Let's say you uploaded this gallery, and there's a couple of photos in here that you would like to have showing on that intro page. Let's say maybe this one, and then what I'm going to do is hold Command and go over here and choose this one and this one. Then you can go to Photo Actions and copy it into that homepage gallery. So you can either copy images from an existing gallery that you've previously uploaded into your homepage gallery, or you can upload more images into that homepage gallery, whichever is easiest for you. Now, after this finishes, what you want to do is go up here to My Zenfolio, hover over Customize Website. That's going to take you to where your homepage is and where you can customize it. And then what you need to do is you need to look for the menu item up top that says content after it. So right now mine says background content. That's because I am using a full screen layout. This could also say grid content or spotlight content or something like that. What you want to do is you want to click on that. And this is where you can see which gallery you're using for your intro page. And you can also change the options too. So you can go right here. Yeah, okay. So Richard says, thanks, it's more about layout. My about page is part of a template with just one photo. So you're talking about your about page. Okay, let me finish up with the home page just so we have this, and then we can talk about the about page. So right here, what you can do is you can switch and make sure that you're using a slideshow, and that's going to go through a slideshow of all the images in that gallery. Or you click change right here, and you can choose a photo strip, or it might just be a single photo, and in that case, you would want to change it. Now, after you make your changes, obviously you'd want to click update, and then make sure that you publish any changes that you made right up here in the top right. All right, now when it comes to the about page, Richard, the built-in about page, unfortunately, is pretty limited to the options that you have for showing photos. So what I would do if it were me is I would create a custom about page. So you can do that by going, let me just go back to the dashboard really quick. And what we're going to do really quick, Richard, is just go up here to website and go to custom pages right here. And then you can just create a new one. Call this about page right here. Title it, about, or maybe something like custom about, whatever you want to call it. Let me just call this one about too. So you do that right there. Let me just switch over so you guys can see this a little bit better. So we're going to name this about. And then you can add as many photos to this custom page as you want. You can click here and say, okay, let me add this photo right here. Select it. And I want it to be a small thumbnail right here. Or maybe you want it to be a small photo like this right here. And insert that. And then after that, you could add more. Just go back here, click on this, add it. You can even add options here, Richard. We're just going to make this one small too. And then we're going to click insert right here. And so now there's 2 photos there. You can keep adding more if you want. Then what you can do down here is come down here and add whatever text you want, like, hey, this is a custom page and I like it. Whatever you want to say. Cheryl is awesome. Whatever you want to say, anything like that. Put your text in here for your about page. And then what you can do is just save it. Or you can save and preview it to take a look and see what it looks like. But then all you would have to do is link to this from your site menu. Let me see if I have time to go through that. So we've got that page saved right there. That's what it looks like. Obviously, you're going to do some more customization than that. I'm just trying to give you a quick example. And then you would just want to go and replace the existing about page on your website. So the way you do that is just hover over my Zenfolio, go to Customize Website right here. And then we're going to go, and that's the about page right there. I'm just going to hover over it right here, click that little pencil icon, and instead of having it linked to the a built-in about page, we're going to go right here. And if I go down here under, you guys can't see it for some reason, but if I go down here under custom pages right here, the about page 2 shows up, and I can click that, hit update, and then hit publish. And that's going to be your new about page. It's going to be a custom about page. It'll let you have more images and things like that. So if you click on it, you can see here it's going to have more information. All right, let me. So that's one thing you can do there, Richard. Let me just. And you want to make sure you publish it. Let me get back to my dashboard really quick and take a couple more questions in the chat here. All right, so Ted says, if I go to Barnes & Noble, can I find your Zenfolio for Dummies book? I'm still in the process of writing that, Ted, but as soon as it's done, you will get a signed copy, I promise. So yeah, definitely that would be something helpful. The problem, I mean, we're making new updates so often. Maybe that's a good idea. We make updates so often. I could probably make a lot of money on that book. That's a great idea, Ted. All right, Annette. Way Annette, welcome to Zenfolio Live. She says, I'm working on a website and then I need to go to work. Will changes hold till the next time I log in, or or do I need to do everything in one session? So Annette, anytime you're working in customized view, those changes are saved unless you tell it not to save those changes. You don't have to do everything in one session. It's all saved there in the background. So like if I go, let me just show you really quick. If I go to customize view really quick and I make some changes and things like that. So maybe I change my theme here to something like this. I change my site menu and all that stuff. Once I've finished making those changes, I can either publish it, but if you're not quite ready to publish things yet and you're still doing some updating, you can just hit back to dashboard and it's actually going to ask you, do you want to save the changes and keep working on it later? Do you want to publish them? Or if you hate what you've done and you want to go back to the way it was, you can choose discard all changes right here and it will revert back to the way that it was. So it will definitely save that in the background. Let me get back to my dashboard, save those changes, and let's see. I think I missed one of your questions, so let me see. Annette says, am I limited to which photo lab I have to use for sales from my site? So the only limitation is this. If you want to use integrated vendor products, those are the ones where when your client places an order, you get the order. If you have order approval turned on, you click approve, and then it goes to the lab, they fulfill it, and they send it to your client. That's integrated lab products. You're limited to the labs that we have integrated if you want to offer those types of products. Now, if you've got a local lab that you want to work with, if there's some products that maybe you print or make yourself that you want to offer, that's where self-fulfilled products comes in play. There's a really good video tutorial on that. It's called Selling Anything I Want on Zenfolio. It's on the YouTube channel, so you should be able to find it, or if I can get Cheryl to throw that link out in the chat. I think she might have already, but I'm not sure. But you can definitely offer things outside of our integrated vendors. Now, when self-fulfilled orders come through, once the client pays for that order and it comes to you and you accept it, the fulfillment part of it is definitely left up to you and it's on your end. So you would turn around basically and have to either place that order for the client through whatever lab you're wanting to use or print the products out and ship them and things yourself. But you definitely can pretty much sell anything you want through self-fulfilled products. And like I said, there's a really good tutorial on it. And guys, speaking of tutorials, there's lots of tutorials on our YouTube channel. And I put out tutorials every Friday. A new tutorial comes out. And like I said earlier, I've got this week's tutorial right here. So let me copy this, get this link here for you guys. And this is tomorrow's tutorial. I'm going to give it here to you guys so you guys get it a day early. It's going through creating vendor packages, and so it's going to something that's going to help you sell your products and stuff on Zenfolio. This won't be published to our YouTube channel till tomorrow, but since you guys are here hanging out with us live, here's that tutorial for you guys a day early. All right, let me see if I missed any questions here. Dummies book, or am I a dummy? It's not sure I understand that. Let's see. Richard said, thank you. I'll give it a go. Awesome. I hope that works for you, Richard. It's definitely a great option. You can do a lot of really good things with custom pages. There's a lot of cool things that you can do with custom pages. You know, you can do order forms on custom pages. You can embed forms like from JotForm and things like that. A lot of people use custom about pages. You can set up, yeah, Richard, go ahead. Ask any question you want. We're only going until 3. I'll do my best to get it answered. But back on custom pages, you can do things like, put your print pricing there. If you want to make a general page for information for your clients, if you want to do like a what to wear to your shoot page, or a how to order, or, different things like that. Custom pages is the way to go for those kinds of things. All right, so I'm going to wait on Richard to see if he gets his other question here. While I wait on that, let me see if I got any more email questions here. The answer. All right, so the last question I'm going to take on the email question side, and then if Richard can get his other question there, I'll definitely, oh, the document. Okay, let's see. If I'm working on a website, let's see. Pre-made templates. All right, so I'm going on a short vacation, a short but well-deserved vacation. Is there a way to communicate this to my clients that that it may take a little bit longer for orders to be approved without putting a message on my homepage? So if you need to communicate a message to your client, like maybe you're taking a vacation, maybe you're just going to be out of town, maybe you're extremely busy. You're extremely busy. There's a thing called shopping cart messages that you can do. Let me show you where those are at really quick. So if you go to settings right here and you go to selling, over on the left there's shopping cart messages right here. And what you can do is put a delayed fulfillment message here. So you can say something like, hey, I am out of town. Can orders will take approximately 3 days longer than usual. After you put that in there, you hit save, and your clients are going to see that. They're going to see that when they're checking out. It's just going to kind of let them know to expect a little bit of delay in getting their orders. All right, let me jump back to the chat really quick. It looks like I missed a question. I know I answered Simone's question, and that says, again, can I incorporate the black damask fill to other website templates? So I think what you're asking about is the black damask theme in Theme Designer. I think that's probably what you're talking about. You can definitely customize the theme for each page, and you can apply that to other pages and things like that. I actually did a tutorial last week on working in Theme Designer. And if I can get Cheryl to throw that in the chat, that's going to kind of help you work in Theme Designer. But what you want to do is, if you're wanting to apply that to other pages, you would just access that. That page. Like if you're trying to access a gallery and apply a different theme to a gallery, you can click on that gallery right here, hover over preview and go to customize. And that's going to load that page in customize, where then you can apply a custom theme to it and things like that. So you can go to themes right here. And then somewhere in here, I think, is that theme that you're talking about here. So if I go right down in here, it's one of these built-in themes right here. So there it is right there. You can click on that and apply that independently to pages on their own if you want. Sorry, I missed that question, Annette. I hope that's what you're looking for. Any page that you can access the theme to, you could definitely apply that to it. And that's how you would do it right there. All right, let me go back to my dashboard really quick. Try to see if I've got these other questions here. Sorry, guys, we're getting close to being out of time. Let's see. So I'm going to try to get these as much as I can. Is there a way to do a drop-down menu inside of a drop-down menu? Kriya Dive, I hope I said your name right. Unfortunately, you can only have one level of drop-down menus. There's not a way to have a drop-down menu inside of a drop-down menu at this time. Tristina, I was wondering if there's a way to add a calendar area for potential clients to book a meeting or book with their session in a payment screen. I did answer that question, Tristina, the question that Simone had. You can go back to the earlier, you can like scroll back on time in the live Q&A, and you can see the answers there. Also, when we're done with this right here, it will be available as a recording, and I'm also going to put timestamps and stuff in the description, so you can click on those and you can go back and watch the different questions and stuff that are answered in case you missed one. You can just rewind the video. Richard says, if I create a collection, can I have a gallery? I have a gallery pointing at it. If I create a collection, can I have a gallery pointing at it? I'm not really sure what exactly you're wanting to do, but anything that you can access the caption to, you can essentially put links in there and set it to show. I don't think I'm going to have time, Richard, to dive really deep into this. So if you will do me a favor and send me an email, go to zenfolio.com zenfolio.com/contact. Just kind of type out a short email, put attention Robert in the subject line, and just ask me that question. I will definitely go and help try to understand what you're trying to do and show you how to do that. But essentially, probably what you're going to want to do is go to either the gallery that you're wanting to point, or the collection, and go and edit the caption. So if you click on gallery details, you can go here to the caption, and you can say, here is a collection. And then you can highlight that text and actually link it to something, so that when people are in that gallery, they can click there and it will take them to whatever that's linked to. So I hope that kind of is what you're looking for. If not, like I said excuse me, definitely reach out to me. Send me an email at zenfolio.com/contact, and just put attention Robert in the subject line, and I'd be glad to help you with that question. All right, guys. Unfortunately, we are out of time. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. We do this every Thursday. And guys, make sure to click the little info icon in the top right corner of the screen and take that survey, so we know how excuse me, how we can better make the live Q&A better for you guys, and improve it and make it more useful. Again, thank you for hanging out. See you guys again next week, same time, same place. Hope everybody has a great weekend.
The Force will be with you always.